This happened 3 weeks ago. I'm a nursing student in St. Louis, and I've always been drawn to the city's forgotten corners. Abandoned factories, shuttered schools, places where time stops. My roommate Lena jokes that I'm a ghost magnet. She's not wrong. The old Mercy Hospital closed in the 80s after a fire gutted the East Wing. Rumors said the basement morgue was never cleared out. Bodies, equipment, secrets, all left behind. Lena and I had talked about sneaking in for months, but security was tight. Then on Halloween night, Tyler, a guy from my anatomy class, slid into my DMs. Fence near the loading docks cut. Go before they fix it. We parked 2 blocks away, hoods up against the biting wind. The hole in the chain link was just big enough to squeeze through. Lena brought her DSLR, joking about artistic shots with spooky lighting. The hospital loomed ahead, its shattered windows like empty eye sockets. We slipped inside through a service entrance crusted with dried ivy. The air reeked of mildew and something sharper, formaldehyde maybe. Our flashlights cut through the dark, exposing collapsed ceilings and peeling wallpaper streaked with black mold. Lena snapped photos of rusted gurneys and faded patient charts while I mapped our path to the basement. The stairs down were slick with algae, the morgue door hanging crooked on its hinges. Inside, body drawers yawned open, spilling yellowed sheets in decay. But what stopped me cold was the wall. Someone had painted symbols across it in thick black strokes. Circles within triangles, lines intersecting like barbed wire. Beneath them, a message. They wake when you sleep. Lena's camera flashed, blinding me. That's when we heard the first click. It came from one of the drawers. Metal grinding against metal. Lena froze, her camera raised. The sound came again, closer. I dragged her into the hall, her breath ragged. Rats, she said. Or the wind. But there was no wind underground. In the records room, file cabinets lay toppled, autopsy reports scattered like leaves. One folder stood out. Project Blackwood. Subject 12. Inside were photos of a man strapped to a bed, his skin veined with black rot. The last entry read, termination failed. Subject responsive post-mortem. Recommend incineration. Lena's camera clicked. She was photographing a nest of stained bandages in the corner, a syringe glinting at its center. Don't touch it, I warned. She rolled her eyes. Relax, it's... The ceiling lights flickered to life. A hum built in the walls, deep and resonant. The door slammed shut. Something heavy dragged itself across the floor above us. We barricaded the door with a filing cabinet. Lena's hands shook as she scrolled through her camera. In every shot of the basement, a shadow loomed closer, tall, hunched, limbs too long. The last photo showed me, standing in the records room, eyes pitch black. I didn't take that, she whispered. The door handle rattled. We ran. Didn't stop until we were back in the car. 3 days later, Lena stopped answering my texts. I found her in the library, her face gaunt, fingers trembling as she flipped through a pathology textbook. I developed the rest of the photos, she said, sliding an envelope across the table. The final image made my blood freeze. Me, eyes hollow, staring at the wall of symbols. A time stamp glowed in the corner, 3:07 a.m., hours after we'd left. That night, I woke to a dragging sound in my apartment. Slow, deliberate, like chains over hardwood. The bathroom mirror fogged as I entered, 3 words clawed into the glass. You took the cure. My arm throbbed. Rolling up my sleeve, I found a bruise, purple, pulsing, twin punctures at its center. Tyler was gone. His roommate handed me a box of his things. Buried beneath protein powder was a journal. Entries spiraled into madness. Project Blackwood isn't over. The serum keeps them quiet, but it's running out. Need more test subjects. The last page listed names. Mine was circled. Lena's Instagram updated at midnight. A grainy selfie in front of Mercy Hospital, caption. Going back to finish the job. I found her in the morgue, syringe in hand. Her eyes were glassy, pupils blown wide. It's not a drug, she slurred, plunging the needle into her thigh. It's food. For them. The symbols on the wall ignited crimson. Body drawers clattered open, disgorging black tendrils that slithered across the floor. Lena convulsed, skin splitting as something writhed beneath it. She seized my wrist, her grip crushing. You're the backup plan, she hissed. Project Blackwood always needs a Subject 13. I tore free, but the tendrils blocked the stairs. The dragging sound crescendoed. A hunched shape rounded the corner, its body a tangle of limbs fused with scalpels and four poles, its face a spinning ventilator fan. Keys jingled behind me. An old man in grease-stained coveralls yanked me into a service elevator. "Voss," he grunted as the doors closed. "Janitor here till the fire." The shadow thing slammed against the metal, denting it inward. "Project Blackwood was supposed to cure cancer," Voss said, eyeing my bruise. "Injected patients with a fungal strain to eat tumors. But it ate everything: cells, bone, sanity. That syringe's serum slows the growth, but it needs fresh hosts. Your friend? She's buying time. How do I stop it?" He laughed bitterly. "You don't. You either join the experiment or end up on the menu." The elevator opened to the roof. Dawn bled through a sickly green sky. Voss shoved me toward the ledge. "Jump, or they'll use you to spread it." Below, the streets were silent. Cars sat abandoned, doors hanging open. Figures stood motionless in apartment windows, fungal growths bulging beneath their clothes. The infection had already breached the hospital walls. Lena's voice slithered through my mind. "You took the cure." The bruise on my arm split. A tendril bloomed from the wound, coiling around my throat. The shadow thing emerged from the elevator, fan-blade face screeching. I closed my eyes. The tendril yanked me backward. Now I walk the hospital's halls in a lab coat 2 sizes too big. The fungus whispers through the vents, hungry and endless. It shows me things, a Reddit post titled "Mercy Hospital Footage." What the hell is this? A video of a figure with a mushroom-crusted face shuffling past the morgue. Comments flood in. Subject 13 is stabilizing. Phase 2 begins soon. I delete the post, but it comes back. In my notifications. Between my dreams and knocking softly beneath my floorboards as you read this.